journalist Omid Scobie, 41, appeared on Naga Munchetty's BBC Radio 5 live show on Monday to share his thoughts on Prince Harry's bombshell interviews to promote his new memoir, Spare. Omid famously co-authored the 2020 book, Finding Freedom, which details Harry's relationship with Meghan Markle and their eventual departure from royal duties. Omid spoke to Naga in the aftermath of Harry's interviews with Tom Bradby and CBS Anderson Cooper airing. The BBC host asked the author, "Do you think Harry is doing the best thing for him and his family?" Omid replied, "I think definitely we saw that decision to step away from their royal role was all about their safety, the way he wanted to raise his family, the place he wanted to be, to move them away from things he felt were harmful around them. Ultimately now, this is him explaining that decision. I think there were so many assumptions made at the time, so much information coming from royal sources or journalists trying to piece bits together. Obviously, at that time, I wrote Finding Freedom. We had to rely on friends of the couple that knew some of the story, but not all of it, or people working for them who came from a completely different angle, or former palace staff that were no longer on their side. So, it was always hard to kind of put together what we felt was the accurate version of that story. So, it is right for Harry to want to put his voice on it." Around the time of the Finding Freedom's release in August 2020, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex denied that they had contributed to Finding Freedom. A spokesperson said, as reported by BBC, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were not interviewed and did not contribute to Finding Freedom. This book is based on the author's own experiences as members of the Royal Press Corps and their own independent reporting. Then, in evidence heard in Meghan's privacy case against Associated Newspapers, the couple's former communications secretary said the book was discussed on a routine basis. Jason now added that Finding Freedom was discussed directly with the Duchess multiple times in person and over email. He also discussed planning a meeting with the authors to provide background information and said Meghan had given him briefing points to share with them. Meghan subsequently apologized to the court for making a misleading statement, saying that she had forgotten and had not intended to mislead. It comes as Harry's controversial memoir, Spare, hit the shelves in the early hours of Tuesday morning. It has made headlines after days of leaked revelations following its release in Spain last week. The book promises to share an insight into Harry's life in the royal family with raw, unflinching honesty. Both Kensington and Buckingham Palace have refused to comment on any claims made in the book.